This is a rat. Now they sent me his proffer paperwork from 1992. So now the shooter then proffered. So now I have to factor in, okay, did they approach him and say, look, we need you to go head on and this? You already in violation for the homie. Is that for everybody? That's for everybody. Let's erase snitching off the books. Snitching shouldn't be a penalty for nobody no more then, right? It really ain't. No, it still is. They still hold account. It shouldn't even be talked that he snitched, right? And we ignoring it, then let's just erase it off the books. I mean, am I saying something wrong? Because I'm wondering, I'm like, bro, if the paperwork come back wrong, then what? I don't understand why is this even discussed. Hey, look, hey, I'm all, we can erase it. Yeah. Everybody can tell on everybody.
Fact.
Let's erase it. Go everybody tell on everybody. That's what it is. Or cut it out with this selective politics. Politics make a right situation wrong or a wrong situation right. Yes. Depending on the politics of the situation. So in this situation, because he gets the popularity vote of everybody he didn't trick if his paperwork is bad. If his paperwork is bad, he tricked everybody, right? Because you took on the image and the stigma and the persona and the ranking of a dude that's following the rules, right? Right. But because you did that and your popularity vote is strong, now they bringing something up. Don't nobody want to talk about it. I hope it go his way. But I'm saying if it doesn't, then what? If 1090 get that paperwork, and that say something that's not in favor, then what? It'll make a wrong situation right.
Yeah. My question is, it could be there, but with all the enemies he had and how the government hate him, wouldn't he have gotten outed sooner? I don't know.
Fanatics will watch this.
What it what?
No, I was saying, Wack, what's going on with this gal? No, I was saying with all the
I want you
enemies,
to think about what you're saying.
Okay,
I listen
let
to
me
what
think.
you're
Let,
saying
let
and
me
think
think for
about it.
5 seconds, then I'll say it.
Because
Hold on. Hold on. All
who
right, I got it.
said the government was his enemy? See, a lot of niggas
Say
are
one more
pump that
time.
shit.
Say that again, Wack. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Who said that the government was really on him like that? See, the other they was on, he the one went and got the money from the other that they was on him about that. Who's to say that Larry Hoover just wasn't a regular criminal nigga like everybody else that got caught?
Well, from growing up, I mean, he was more than that in terms of what he was doing. From me
Okay,
growing
well,
up.
what was he doing? What was he doing? Tread lightly. He went to the penitentiary at 23. So nigga,
Yes, he did.
make sure you talk about what you know, not stories that run around the kindergarten circle.
I got you. So, all right. With that being said, though, my question is,
Oh no,
you know,
get back over there on that square. You said he was
no, I'm
more
gonna
than
stick
that.
with. I'm going with what you said just now. I
You
agree.
said he
I'm
was
with you
more
on
than
that.
that. No, cause you was finna tell me about what everybody else been saying, right? Yeah, okay.
I was gonna tell you about
I
what the
hear
streets were
I
saying.
hear
Yeah,
stories about myself that I never knew existed.
correct. And this is before. Listen, this before, as you would know, this before social media, before all that stuff, right? So
That's
I'm
my
with you
point.
though.
If he went to jail at 23, 24, at the rise of building a gang, I want you to tell me, I know what building a gang does. I built a few gangs on my block as a kid. Gang, listen, I know what comes with that. And I'm gonna be real. It's really nothing positive. So I want you to tell me, at the tender age of 23, 24, what was he doing on the streets to be that?
I would probably have to equate it to kind of like your path, Wack. How you establish yourself real young. You know what I mean? Because I'm
I,
telling you, I'm all the way in Philly,
23,
right? And I'm
24.
a young boy. Hold on,
I just got out the
this
pen
one,
at 22. So
I got you.
I was still on my mission, but I wasn't who I was today. But I'm listening. You in Philly, and you heard what?
No, yeah. I'm talking about as a young boy, right? And then when I started traveling the country and things and started meeting people, went to college, met a lot of people. The stories about him, but if I can't use that, then I'm gonna strike that from the
No,
question because I understand.
what story we talking about from 18 to 23, 24? I want to hear these stories. I know the other. He tried to get a bag from the people. I know why they was on his line.
What I'm
Right.
trying to tell you, yeah, and I agree. You got a fair point, Wack. But what I'm trying to equate to you is this. Listen, this is what I'm trying to tell you though. Like in the '90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Tread
like
lightly. I'm about to
okay,
attack you.
hold
About
on,
to attack you.
yeah. I'm not
Go
going down that
ahead.
road no more. I'm not going down that road no more. So you might know, like late '80s, early '90s, you might have heard of the JBM, right? In Philly, Junior Black Mafia,
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, but back in those times, as you probably recall, 50 miles away could seem like a million miles away. So there's people in New York that live in Queens, like Nas, who didn't know Alpo personally. These days that sound crazy, right? But he heard about Alpo. We heard about Alpo in Philly. We heard about Larry Hoover from Credible People, right? And I had a couple people from Detroit that dealt with Meech and all that type of stuff without getting too deep in it. And they told me about Chicago stuff. So it seemed real at the time because there wasn't no social media and there wasn't no reason to lie. But if
So
you can't go
what
by
they
that, then
tell
I
you he
got to
was
strike
doing?
all that.
What they tell you he was doing?
It was kind of like, it was kind of like, and I hate to use his name, but it was kind of like the big U thing from out west, same time. You understand what I'm saying? Just running. He was the man. He was running it from behind. He did it when he
I'm
was young.
glad.
He was still running.
I'm glad. I'm
Yeah, go
glad
ahead.
you said that. And what Big U was doing in the forefront was one thing. What he was doing in the backyard was another, right?
That's why I'm conceded. That's why I conceded the point early.
Now,
Even though we still talking
now,
about it, I get
I
what you're
heard a
saying.
nigga tell me he gave the children safe passage to get to school. Now I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't know why the kids shouldn't be able to get to school, but fuck it. Let's say he's responsible for the ceasefire, whatever came with it. I said, but he was selling their mamas and daddies while they was in school.
Right.
Like Meech. You can't glorify Meech.
Not at all.
Meech helped destroy a bunch of families and people's lives. Let's just keep it real, right? We keeping it real,
You
right?
know what? Yeah. You know what's sad though, Watt? And you know this too from, like I said, being around. What's sad is at that time, my view was even jaded to where I wasn't mature yet, and it didn't seem wrong. It didn't seem good, but it didn't seem wrong. Now I can't even imagine.
Let's just keep it real. I'm just being real, bro. Like, Free Ray Rick, okay. Wack, he got money. Okay, cool. How he get the money? Okay. So what did that do to the community or communities?
Oh, it ruined families. I've seen it firsthand. So
Glorifying him for contradicts what y'all all screaming. He was a community activist. That's what they scream, right?
who, Larry? Yeah. Hmm.
All these niggas they say that.
Yeah.
Big U, everybody, right? How you a community activist and then you doing to destroy the community?
Right. And
Mm-mm.
what I'm saying, Wack,
I'm
is
just being
we
real.
no, you're right. And we talking like grown men. Like my
Yeah,
daughter knows nothing of that now, right? She wouldn't even
none of that.
understand. She wouldn't
Yeah,
understand. She's
no.
never, you know what I mean? So she
Because
wouldn't
her
understand.
focus ain't the hustle. Her
Hell
focus
no.
ain't the
Like I don't talk
power
to
of a
the
game.
right.
Her focus is graduating, going to some
Yeah,
type of school and being a whatever, right?
she on a
So,
horse. Like she do the barn thing. We bought her a horse. Like she don't know nothing about. She think my stories is made up, but she believe me because I don't lie to her.
so I'm just being real. And they get mad, and so I asked them. I said, "Look, I'm defending the brother right now against the newspaper article, but if 1090 Jake comes back with paperwork, and see, you already just told me what they about to do. You just said it seemed to me that would have been out if such and such. Well,
I
I
mean,
don't give a
stranger
fuck
things have
about when it
happened.
did or didn't come out. If that shit is on the docket on the books,
Hey, Wack, you know I covered you, right? So I've seen stranger things happen. It's not
I,
impossible.
I'm just saying if it's on the docket of the books, right?
No, I'm with
And
you.
and it comes out. My question is, what then? Because let's do the math. Let's do the math, right? This would have
Yep.
happened in
57 years ago.
50 in
1968.
1950 what? 68,
68.
68, right?
68.
Oh,
57 years ago. Yeah.
okay, now let's do the math. R&B says, well, it shouldn't be nothing to talk about. He old now, and boom, 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 right? So I hear you. She said, I would feel sorry for him. I'm like, what about the who paperwork came out in 68 and they never saw 69?
Right. Fair point. Yep.
Okay, so now, why would you feel sorry for who stole 57 years of street fame? I'm just asking. So now you got to ask yourself, Dale. Here goes the thing, and I know how this white boy gonna come. You has been screaming this, screaming that, stand on this, principle that, that, and the whole time the you following is that. Oh my God! Then what he gonna say, right?
No, that's true. I do
And then
think.
he's gonna say,
Yeah. Go ahead.
so how are we supposed to believe that that's that? If this is what that is,
Right. But
then
I,
what he
I
gonna
think.
say?
Right. Right. But I do think the
Right
burden of
there where
proof.
you keep going wrong is the butt. So did they butt the
Not a but.
nigga
Not a
who
but.
they drug in the alley? Did they butt the nigga who they left in the warehouse? Did they butt them? I'm just asking.
No, this is what I'm saying to you, Wack. If if you in that situation, as many times as you've been falsely accused, right, and they ain't got nothing, I wouldn't even blink if somebody said that about you. The
Bro,
burden of proof
listen
is
to
on
me.
them.
There's never been a newspaper article that said I said something, bro. I'm gonna be
No, no, no.
real.
I get you. I
Listen,
get
I'm
you there.
battling.
Okay.
I'm battling because I'm selective politicking myself. I'm saying, if all they got is a newspaper, I can debunk that. Right? This is what I'm saying. Now, what you think Wack hasn't done that I could do?
I already know.
I
You know
ain't
I
went to
know.
go try to get the paperwork.
You know I know. Yeah, you know I know.
I ain't even, the team will tell you I ain't went to try to get it. But, Dale, if the white boy pop up with the work and say, Wack, what's happening? They're saying I'm supposed to ignore it and not say nothing.
Well, that would be against everything you. Yeah. No, that wouldn't. That's
Don't
not gonna
say
happen.
everything you or me. It's what this world that this little mountain we come from, or the politics of the streets say, that's what that is. So I'm asking them like, well, bro, if he pop up with it,
You gonna call a spade a spade?
that's it. But they
I already
telling
know.
me,
Yeah, you're not,
um,
and you may not drag them, but you gonna call it what it is and leave it right there.
yeah, but nigga put it in front of me and say, Wack, you gonna read this? And I read it. And it's that I'm asking them, okay, and let's just do the math. I know how 1090 coming. he gonna say for the last 50 whatever some years, y'all was following behind this. I'm following behind that. Screaming your movement was this and that. When the whole time y'all didn't have the internal workings to hold a man accountable.
Right.
Now,
That, yeah.
it ain't
My
no
question to
doubt
you is,
that
okay.
this wasn't the conversation back then. No doubt niggas did sweep this shit under the rug.
That's where I was going. I was going to ask you that, and then I was going to ask because you talked to plenty of people, and you good at smelling bull.
No
How
doubt.
how
You talking about the guy
on
I
a scale of
interviewed
1 to 10, how credible did Mr. Highsmith sound to you? I mean, I put it out, so I can't. I'm asking you because you
on a
talked to him
scale
directly.
of 1 to 10, Mr. Highsmith, on a scale of 1 to 10, Mr. Highsmith sounded like a 10 without question. Remember, they called me. They called me.
Yeah, he
That's him
sounded.
and the number two. That's the number two that was on the phone with him.
Yeah,
That's the number two right now. They
yeah,
called me.
yeah.
Now,
He
now
sounded.
hold
He
on.
didn't. Hey, listen.
Hold
He
on.
didn't quiver once. He didn't change anything. I listened close because I had to edit it, but he didn't shake once. So I don't know. He's either the best liar in the world or Larry ain't tell. So I don't know.
Hey,
Now,
that's Larry
now I'm
Hoover
gonna
number
tell you
two, right?
this.
That Larry Hoover number two you
Hold
talking
on, I'm
about?
gonna tell you this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. At the time, he sounded very, very credible. And y'all, every now and then, I do some. I admit it to y'all, don't I? I tell y'all.
Yep, all the time.
I've definitely been on some, because after that, this started rolling into me right there.
I know. It be what's not said that be the most important. Like I could hear without somebody saying something. Like if you don't say it, I
Uh,
could kind. I think
here,
we all
come.
can. We've been around you, so we know kind of like, uh-oh. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Without
yeah,
even
here
knowing.
it comes. So what I did, instead of doing what I would normally do, I sat back. Okay, 1090 academics obviously had a conversation, but I'm knowing the content I ran debunks 1090, along with it being a newspaper article, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So when I know I got what I got to respect 1090's research hand and say, if I got it, this is upset. I didn't kind of debunk him. I know he got it. If not, he gonna get it. So you say, well,
Now,
Wack, why would you say you thought dude was credible, the shooter, when you interviewed him, but now you saying, now I'm down at a 5. You know why, Dale?
oh yeah, pressure. It could be
No.
pressure. Oh
Yeah.
no?
Where you think
Oh,
the pressure come from?
you already come on.
This is a rat. Now they sent me his proffer paperwork from 1992. So now the shooter then proffered. So now I have to factor in, okay, did they approach him and say, look, we were supposed to whoop behind you, telling on this or telling on that, or whatever. We need you to go head on and this. You already in violation for the homie. So now I got a proffer on the dude. Dale, I got the proffer.
That's a problem. That potentially
I
could be a
have the
problem.
proffer, Dale. Like, I have it. I can send it to you.
I have no doubt. Like,
Right? So, huh? That's cool. I don't like my woman working. So now I'm looking at a proffer and I'm reading it. I'm like, okay, is there a possibility where some pressure could have been applied to tell this story. Yes, it is. So I'm telling myself, why 1090 ain't fired back with this? So I sat back, went to the war room, and said, okay, this nigga up to something. Sure enough, paralegals hit me. 1090 got us looking for that paperwork. And we found it as active, we ordered it for him. 1090 want to wait till he get the paperwork. If that paperwork ain't in his favor, he coming out of with all he got.
I'm
He gonna
sure.
he gonna expose that, and then he gonna show and say, and let me tell you why Mr. Highsmith lied. And then he gonna show dude's profit. At that point, I only got one response. I've already conjured up my response. My response is not one that can clear nothing up. It's just to say, at this point, this what it is, and this what it ain't. That's it. So
Right, right.
that's why the proffer come 2 days later. I'm like, damn, this nigga
So,
told. He told.
so, so let me ask you this, Wack. So within the prophets, we done reviewed a lot on this floor, right?
I'm gonna send you the cover page. I'm trying to PTR my phone. My shit just froze up. I'm gonna put the cover page up. You gonna see the case filing number. You gonna see where he proffered at, what he said. You gonna see it all. It was a case, 1992. That's what it was. I mean, I wish it didn't exist, but and this is the thing. Let me ask you, Dale.
Yep.
You think them old niggas from back then don't know this proffer didn't happen? You think that Larry Hoover tells later on and they didn't know?
Oh, hell yeah, they knew, yeah.
This what I'm saying. So now I'm kind of like, all right, the politics is kicking in. This is the love for Larry, huh?
Well, I could sense that too in the conversation too.
Yeah, it's the love for Larry, and I'm gonna be real. Um, right there. I ain't got nothing against Larry Hoover. I really don't know too much about him to have something against him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't got nothing against him. I'm straight. That's why I be telling these. I tell these. I say you now Wack and 1090 standing on the same side is bad business right now. I am the only with a voice and platform that can fight this white boy right now. Who else can fight him on this internet? Who else can fight this white boy right now on the mission he on?
I can't name none. Other people would have to group up. You could do it yourself.
That's what I'm saying. I'm the only one that can fight him. You get what I'm saying? So within me, I had to tell me, Wack, you violating for fighting for him. I'm really confused. Yeah, I don't know what
Huh?
that means.
I know what it means, but
Tell me
it
what
don't make
that
sense.
means.
I know what it means, but I don't agree with it. What they saying is even your defense of it brings more attention to it because of your visibility and what your name means. You know
What
what
the
I'm
hell
saying?
they think 1090 did 200,000 the
No,
first
I agree.
18
I agree.
hours?
They're saying, listen, they're saying all attention is bad on this situation, even if it's four. But it don't make sense. But that's what they're saying. You get me?
Okay,
Like
so they also saying if a guilty, we just gonna ignore it.
indirectly, they kind of saying that. They saying let sleeping dogs lie. Like they saying, you know what I mean? That's what they saying.
And I'm gonna be real. All this entertainment twist come from Jay Prince clout chasing him way back in the 90s, putting him on recordings,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
Without
yeah.
all that going on, a nigga would have looked at Larry Hoover like, Geronimo Pratt. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wouldn't
Yeah.
even probably be talking about him in this lane.
Yeah. Rick Ross ain't doing him no favors either.
That's what I'm saying. All these niggas clout chasing off the nigga name, bro. So, right? So, I get it. It's crazy, but it's like Dale was, well, I'm telling you, Dale is crazy because it's like, I can't front. I hate to say it. I see why. I got it right here. All right. I see why the government starts to get scared when certain people got influence.
Right, right.
I see it. I'm like, oh, this why the government be getting nervous. Cause it don't matter what a nigga say, it is what it is. It's damn near like, um, I don't want to call it a god, but like a prophet.
Yeah, the government always been scared of those messiah type figures. Black, white, green, yellow.
Yeah. Now here goes the thing. Here's the question I've been asking, and I'm asking because I'm curious. What did he do to get that status? Or did the propaganda of the people continuing to pass it on, and get more to be a part of and a part of? And now you look up, you got 1, 2, 3, 40, 50,000 people who ain't never seen talk to the man, but all they going on is the stories that's been passed down of what they think it is or want it to be, and that created it. See, I asked him,
Yeah,
can you tell me a few good things Martin Luther King did? The nigga was able to tell me. The marches, the desegregation, all those, some people feel like it worked against us, his approach to peaceful walks and this, and that. Okay, great. We can stop right there. He said, I have a dream speech. Well, I said, cool. Can you tell me what Larry did? And they get mad at me. I don't know why.
yeah. When that thing
But I'm
happened to
really
him.
curious.
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
like, yo,
Hmm?
the nigga got a hand. He got a strong hand. I'm like, maybe I missed something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
maybe I missed something.
Oh, and I don't think you missed. I don't think you know what it is. Like that era, right? There's a lot of mythos around that era. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's like the whole Frank Lucas, Nicky Barnes, who turned out to be a rat. Like all those figures during that time, there was so much propaganda around them. And I mean, like they would do 60-minute interviews and all that old school stuff. That would build up the legend, even though they was locked up. Like it would keep going that way. They did it with Rayful Edmond. They did it with like they would interview them a lot. 60 Minutes love them people for some reason. Like these black mythological figures. Like they they was on every other week. I remember being little watching it and like, oh, he must have. And that's why I backtrack when you're like, well, you don't have no first hand. No, no. But I see where the legend was created. You understand what I'm saying? It was through the
No, I
media. It
know.
was a
I
lot of that.
know. Listen. So you
And on
saying
the
it's all
streets. And on the streets.
propaganda?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%.